Hi guys, I hope you're good. I am so tired. I want to go back to bed. But I'm waiting for a mechanic to come and do some work on the boat, and I wanted to get this filmed so I can start editing as soon as he's gone. This video is just going to be an update on different bits and pieces that I've been doing on the boat. You may remember that I had a problem with my water, which I documented in a couple of previous videos. Check those out if you haven't seen them already. Basically, I repainted my water tank, and at the same time that I was doing that, I changed my water pump as well. And after I'd finished doing all the work, I wasn't getting any water into the boat. And that was just before I went away on my holiday. And one of my neighbours very kindly came and had a look, and we tried loads of different things and couldn't get it to work. And then what he ended up doing whilst I wasn't here, he changed the pump back for the old pump, and that worked perfectly. So he suspected that the new pump wasn't designed to work with an accumulator tank, which I've got. I don't know if that's logical or not, but the old pump works and now I have water, so I'm not complaining. And then as well, because he is the nicest person in the world, he also fitted my shower gulper pump, which I've had lying around for ages and just haven't got around to fitting. When I first moved onto the boat, I had a massive leak, and I identified that that was coming from my shower gulper, which is the pump that takes your wastewater from the shower and pushes it out of the boat. That wasn't working, and the water didn't have anywhere to escape, so it was staying under the floor, and it caused a huge leak. I've had the parts lying around for absolutely years, but because I'd got in the habit of having a shower at work or at the gym or at other people's houses, I was just bone idle and never got round to changing it. But he ended up doing it for me, so that's really cool, because now I can have a shower again. I didn't realise how much I missed it until he fixed it and I was able to start using it again. And did I mention that he is the best person in the world, because he also changed the tap in my kitchen, because that was full of limescale and rust and was just trickling out. There wasn't hardly any pressure coming out when you turn the tap on, so he changed that for me, and now that's running perfectly. The next big job that I wanted to tackle was my engine. I've been having problems with my engine for a little while, where it was overheating. I had a couple of people come and fix it, and the last time I took the boat out, it overheated again and I broke down, so obviously it wasn't fixed. I've mentioned this before, it's really difficult to find a decent mechanic in London, and I've been contacting a few people and having no joy, and luckily I've now found somebody who's just moved to London. So I called him down to come and have a look, and I was keeping everything tightly crossed that he would be able to get to the bottom of the problem, because we're coming up for cruising season again soon. Hopefully the bad weather won't last much longer, and I really need to get the boat blacked. Anyway, the new guy came and he looked at the engine, and he suspected that the problem was the thermostat. He stripped it out, we tested the thermostat in some boiling water, and he confirmed that the thermostat was completely shot. And also we realised that I was going to need a new starter motor, because some water had got into there and completely buggered it. And he also recommended changing the exhaust pipe, because that was in pretty bad condition. So he went off, ordered all the parts, came back, fitted them, had the boat up and running, and the engine was sounding fantastic. Like, it started easier than it's started in a long time, and it sounded really good. We left it running for maybe 15-20 minutes, and then it started overheating again. So we realised that there was going to be more problems. So he's had another good look at everything to see what it could be, taking loads of bits off. Because it was overheating and the water was all boiling and bubbling away, and it didn't have anywhere to go to escape. There's water all through the system. So I'm gonna need a new head gasket and some new glow plugs, a rocker head gasket and a new oil filter, and then he wants to do an oil change as well. And I know that my engine bay is in a disgusting state. That's the next thing on my to-do list, is to get that repainted. So there's no point commenting about how disgusting it is, because I'm fully aware of that and I will get it fixed. Another thing that was wrong with the engine, these pulleys here that hold the alternator belt, they were pretty rusty, which is basically just acting like sandpaper on the belt. And so I've got rid of the rust on those and I've painted them. Yes, so turned into a bigger job than I was expecting, but so far I'm really happy with the work that he's done. I'm really happy with him as a person. I'll come back to you after he has finished to let you know if it's worked or not, and if it has, then hopefully I can take the boat out for a test cruise very soon. Okay, let's wait for him to come and I will let you know how we get on. He fit the new head gasket, he'd had it skimmed and it was looking very shiny. He had the engine up and running in no time and it didn't seem to be overheating at all. But then this happened and I started to panic. It kind of looked like the boat was having diarrhea. What it was, that's a heat exchanger. There's a load of little pipes running through there and they cool water to go to the exhaust so that doesn't overheat. What the mechanic thought was that maybe one of those pipes had got a little bit worn out, old, dirty, and that was causing the colour. But he did assure me that the bubbling is meant to happen. The water is designed to expand. There should be a little pipe coming off of there for the excess water to drain away. We left the engine running for a while and the dirty colour subsided and we were just left with a bit of water still coming out, but it was a nice clean colour. He left the engine running for a good while after that and there didn't seem to be any problems at all. It wasn't overheating, it sounded nicer than it has ever sounded before, and there was no smoke coming off like I've always been used to. He's just left and feeling quietly confident, although I don't want to get excited because I made that mistake in the past. He's got everything up and running and the engine's not overheating at all. We ran the boat for the best part of an hour and there was he did the oil change. I need to repack the stern gland. There was a couple of other bits and pieces. My brain is like a sieve. Hang on. He's literally just told me what the other bits and pieces are. So he's gonna come back in a couple of days and just make sure that everything is still running fine and leave the boat to run for an hour, and hopefully there won't be any more problems. And a couple of other little bits that he's going to do when he comes back: a new bolt for the starter motor, and he's going to change the wires on the glow plugs because they're a little bit flimsy, so he's going to put something a bit stronger on there. I've ordered some bandage for the exhaust, that will be here tomorrow so I can wrap that round there. And yeah, hopefully we are on the right track and I can get out for a test cruise really soon and then get down to the nasty job of repainting the engine bay. Okay, wish me luck and I will see you all again very, very soon. Bye for now.